Hi there, it's Melissa, and today I'm back with another layout for Sizzix, and what I'm using is this Framelits Plus, and it contains 15 dies. Now it's probably a bit blurry because it's in this special plastic packaging, but this is how it comes, and this is what it looks like. And I've just arranged it for you like this. And I'm going to be working on a sketch that was designed by Ashley Horton for a series that her and Missy Whidden are doing called Stretch Your Sketch. And the reason why I'm using a sketch is because I thought it was a perfect way to showcase not only the amazing sketch but some of these dies. So I'm going to put you on fast forward and I will select the ones I need off camera because it might take me a bit of time just to work out which ones because there are 15. And I will also run them through my Big Shot Plus off camera because if you've seen my Grateful Card video, I've already shown you how to use the Sizzix Express. I may use the Sizzix Express, it just depends on what size I go for these. So I'll just show you. They're very thin, and they have the cutting edge on here. So I will continue on. Okay, so I changed my mind and I was going to just select these and cut them, but I thought I'd show you because you've now seen the sketch. So I wanted to show you how easy it is to use these dies and lay them out in the position of the sketch, and it pretty much tells you how they're going to look. So these are the ones I'm going with, and they're nested dies, so I mean all 15 are nested, but these, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all fit together. So those are the ones I'm going to use. So I'll now cut out the papers. So here are all my circles, and I've cut them all out, and I hadn't already mentioned, but I'm using an older clip kit. I think it was July, and it had some jelly bean soup in it, and it also had Ali Studio Little Moments. And for the papers, I wanted to focus on the jelly bean soup because I hadn't used any of them, and the potted plant that says grow and the butterfly little circle were exclusive Project Life cards, and so I just wanted to use them, so I put them through as pattern paper. And I wanted to use the grow one because this is about Brielle. She was 11 months old, and these are part of her monthly photo shoot, but I took so many photos I didn't use these ones, so I still wanted to scrap them, and I thought the grow was quite appropriate for a baby. So I've fast forwarded this bit because I had a bit of trouble positioning these. My photos are a lot bigger than what's shown in the sketch, but I didn't want to enlarge the circles, I still wanted them at this size, and so it's taking a bit of fiddling around, and I've slightly changed the positioning. I haven't stuck entirely with the sketch, and I think that's the beauty of sketches, is that you can do whatever you want with them, really. They are an inspiration piece. And so for my photo, I thought about using that beautiful floral, but I decided that I had enough pattern and it was a bit much. Now I've adhered all the papers and photos with Tombow, and that just enables me a bit of wiggle room when I'm placing them down. Now I knew with this butterfly smaller circle, rather than have it under the photo, I wanted it layered on top. So that's another little difference that I've added from the sketch. So these are some Pink Fresh Studio glitter foam letters, or word stickers I should say, word and icons. And so I wanted to stick with the kit. I didn't want to introduce anything from my stash, and so I wanted to build my title from those stickers and also from the jelly bean soup ones, which you'll see in a sec. So while I'm still deciding on my title, I'm just playing with some of the embellishments that I pulled, and I've just got them on the right side of my page. And I did want to stick the title kind of true to the sketch, so I've gone with Life, and then these are a really pretty font, these jelly bean soup stickers. So I wanted a word to go with Life, and I did think of using that yellow Hello Life, but then I felt it was a little bit too yellow against the yellow feather paper. Here I'm just pulling out the middle parts of it. I knew that's where I wanted my first part of my title to go, but as you can see there, I found it a bit washed out. So I've taken it off and then had another look, and I'm going with the love. So I'm just using my X-Acto knife to remove those parts that are not coming out, and I'm sticking down the title to be Love Life. So that's an exclusive flare, and I'm just wanting to add some embellishment. Now I didn't stick entirely with the embellishment that's shown on the sketch either. I just went with where I felt it worked with the photos. And I think that's because my photos are so large. I wanted to put these wood veneer pieces down, but I couldn't make them work. I thought I could because this is an outdoor photo of her against, it's like a jungle gym tower thing that's made of wood, but to me it just didn't look right. So I got these illustrated Faith beautiful enamel hearts, and I decided to use the big darker blue ones, and I love the way they look. So I wanted to add 3 of these, and I've chosen to go with the little one underneath the word love. So this Pink Fresh Studio stickers also comes with some leaves and some arrows and some asterisks, and I think I had 2 of the leaves left, and I just love how they look. I love that the core or the inner of these stickers is pink, and I think it goes really well with the love. So the sketch had showed an arrow under the title, so I thought I'd do that as well. Just had to reposition it there because it didn't look quite right. So I did struggle with this layout in the beginning, but I think by this stage it was starting to come together. And then I just went back in with some of the light blue enamel hearts. And then I wanted to have a pattern paper as a border. Now I don't show you, but I actually trim off a bit more than this because I wanted more of the yellow that I'll put behind it to show. So that's the paper that I'd originally put the dies on to show you. And I did try to make it work with not using a white background, but it was a bit too much, I think because there's so much pattern. So that's a heart, a cloud that I had cut. It's from the cut shop, and I cut it for another project, and I had it left over, so I've just popped it up in some dimension. And at this point it looks a bit disconnected from the rest of the layout, but adding the hello sticker on top, and later on I'll put some sequins. So that's what I'm doing now, and I think that helps to tie everything together. So I did think about having these stars coming down like rain, but I thought they were a bit too much again, so I have added 3 stars in my around my photos, like in 3 cluster areas, and then I'm, as you can see there, gluing them down. I just use a bit of Tombow, and then what I do, because the Tombow, it does dry clear, but there's a little hole in the sequin, and sometimes you can see the glue coming through, so when it's nearly dry I just go through and press it with my finger, and that removes the middle part of the glue. So here I'm adding some blue sequins, and these sequins are an exclusive mix from Spiegelman Scraps, and I love them. Her sequins are the best, they're really good quality, and I love her mixes. So here I'm showing you how I have gutted my paper, put double-sided tape down in the middle, and that will enable me to stitch around the edge with my sewing machine, which I love, and ensures that I don't get adhesive in my needle, because I've had a lot of trouble with the previous needle with continually gumming it up. So I'm just adding my journaling, and then what you don't see is just the machine stitching. Oh, and the stamping. Sorry, I forgot that I did some stamping. So this is from the Little Moments collection. It's the LA Studio stamp set, and I'm trying to make a real effort to use it with the layouts that I make with this kit. So I stamped 3 flowers, and then I think I stamped this tiny little star. I stamped 2 stars in each cluster as well. Did think about adding some mist or some drops of mist, but in the end I decided with the stamping and the sequins it would be enough.
So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you Ashley and Missy for the sketch and the inspiration. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again soon.